because nobody really wants to hear a podcast where I'm just complaining about the format. I haven't found it to be that much fun, but that's if you like it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the first podcast I said that I thought white and red were clearly one of those was the top, and then I thought like kind of blue and black were a little below that, and then green at the bottom. But I basically that was the most thing I changed my mind on. That I think white, red, and blue are all three at the top. I don't really have a rating for them. I think they're all good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean green could even be better than black, but both of those colors I think are a lot weaker than the other three.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at this train wreck.
Okay. This rare is great. I would certainly take it.
And I did. I still went like 2-3 in this damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, even if your deck is great, you can go 2 and 3 and best of one in this for sure. I haven't seen the deck yet, but
yeah,
this pick I think very easy, and I would try my very best to be white blue or white red with this card.
So I did, but I still picked this. I think, right? I don't. Or was it this?
I don't think I would. I mean, I think that the rare you took is so good, so much better than this removal spell. It's such a good card, but in this format, I just feel like I don't even want removal that much. Every creature has an ETB. I mean, this pack is bad. There's not much for you. Like, this pick can't be but so wrong. If there was anything even a little bit better, I mean, the card I think I like the most for your deck is the white 2/2 for 2. It's probably what I would take. But if this had been any earlier in the format, I would definitely, my inclination would have always been to take this Triumph. But after playing it more, if I thought the Triumph was a better card than the white card you first picked, I wouldn't mind taking it. But we picked such a powerful card that I'd really want to try to stay in that artifact space a little bit more. But
you don't think like black-white's an artifact thing?
Not really. I like this pick. Yeah. I mean, this is fun. I mean, this is another thing you could have done, is take the black card because there's you're not missing out on much, and then still biased towards the good color pairs if you end up seeing this stuff.
By the way, how do you feel about
cool, but
how do you feel about this card in like an artifact deck?
Not great. I don't ever hate. I mean, it's a 3/3 for 3.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not that bad. Like normally, I would probably value that 2-drop, the 1/2, over it. Towards the end of the draft, if you've only got a couple of 3-drops and that 3/3 makes it in as one of your last cards, it's totally fine. But I really like the card you picked. The Needle's been great.
And then I was petrified.
So this pick I would actually take Oaken Siren. And again, this isn't a pick I would have made from the start of the format or anything like that. And it is kind of nice that you'll have 3 white cards instead of 2 white and 2 blue. But I think the Siren's just good enough that I would take it over Petrify.
Why does having another what about having 2 and 2 is worse than having like 3?
Well, I don't want to be blue black, and I don't really want to be black white. So I still want to just be like white blue or white red. So if you take the Petrify and then you start seeing red, you'll be in a lot better shape than if you took the Oaken Siren and then started.
Oh, you think it leaves you a little bit more?
It's the last blue card in the pack. Like, not every, there could have easily been another blue card in the pack that was taken before it. Maybe blue stops coming around. This I like. I would take this regardless of what I took the last pick. Yeah, unexciting, but this is fine. Yep.
That doesn't make it into the deck. Maybe you should have waited.
Right, I mean, yeah. I don't tend to even like the cave lands in these kind of decks, but maybe we could take that. But I mean, yeah, this whatever. This pack. I don't like that card at all, but
yeah, I thought it was good, and then the more I played with it, the more it underperformed.
Yeah, I'd rather, if you're going to take a black card, the one beside it, I like a little bit. I think this pack went fine. I mean, I like your cards.
Now I feel like I should have picked this, but then I
No
was like
chance.
stuck.
The glyph is the one I think you should have picked, though.
Oh.
The glyph is a lot better than the other one. The other uncommon. The rare could be the pick, but the glyph is definitely better than the monument. The glyph is really good. The rare and the monument seem very close to me. Like I would probably take. I would want to take the rare, but I think I'd take the glyph here. But I mean, they're all great in your deck. I like this pick.
Beep up.
Yeah, I like this more than like an iceberg or something. I think for sure. It's so good with the 1,000 moons thing.
Make you blunder would have been better.
Or even a third petrify, even though it's a third. I'm not a huge fan of this riddle, but you know, it's not gonna make or break the deck. It would make or break the deck if you didn't have those two petrifies already. But you know, but if you do, then I think it's closer.
Okay.
I'd probably just take this 3/3 pirate or something.
I did not.
It's okay.
And then I think maybe my thought was like, well, if I don't have any blue cards I want to grab, I might as well just grab black cards in case I am forced into it or something. But
Is it interesting? Like, I can't say you made a bad pick. I've yet to be able to figure this one out. Like, I had a white black deck before. Not that you're trying to be white black, and it was great because I didn't have a lot of artifacts. But almost always my white decks have a lot of artifacts, and you've already got like a tote and stuff. Now it's still a 1/4. It's still probably the right pick here. But I just find it to be such a weird card. I mean, we could have taken the 2/2 artifact instead, but I don't even know which one's right. Probably the 1/4.
yeah, it's sometimes I'm stuck between something that has good stats and then something that like would make my other cards more like
Yep.
Yep. How many petrifies is too many?
I think I'd take a third one here over this puzzle door, but the puzzle door, it's okay. It just you don't have a lot of things that trigger from artifacts, and it doesn't like to stick around. You don't want to just play it and leave it in play. You want to sack it as soon as you have a spare mana, so it doesn't really count for stuff like that. Yep, this is fine. Nothing that seems warranting any correction or anything there. I like this pick. It's tough for me to pass this 3/2. I love him.
It's pretty freaking good. There's always every format. There's always that freaking card that like makes another game object. That's really good. Specifically a 1/1 token.
Seems like it. This pick I like. I think if you didn't have if you had no removal or something, I would probably take that Whirlpool. But I think the 3/3 looks nice.
Oracle?
Quicksand. Oh, I don't even know if it's called Whirlpool. That thing.
Oh.
And that might even be wrong. I tend to like to have one of those in my slower, mid-rangey decks, or I don't mind at least. And then the blast might be better, but the blast I like more. Well,
you like the blast more than the Whirlpool?
I mean, maybe in some decks.
Do you think
there's a lot of decks I don't even want to play the blast? So.
Do you think Cosmium Blast is like an aggressive type of like combat trick, or
no?
No.
No, I don't think of it like that.
I imagine it's good for like blowing things out, like blowing opponent out when they double block or something.
I mean, it would be no better than a combat trick at that, though, and they get to block first. It's not like that you can kill it and then attack for damage. It's much better at killing an attacker.
Oh, okay. And this.
Yep.
And this. And
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
I don't. Did I play that? I don't remember. Maybe you should have
Close
grabbed the
between
hammer.
this and that. I think I like the hammer more. You've Oaken Sirens, or wait, you only have one of the Oaken Sirens, but it's close. This is close.
This is good with sirens, you said.
I think so.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, because they have vigilance, so they can still
Vigilance,
tap.
yeah. Yeah, and it can. It's not a bad card anyway. It kills an artifact. So the way I see that card is, if you're like at all interested in the equipment, it's usually pretty good because it's also a disenchant. A slow, expensive one, but yeah. I mean, this is kind of how a lot of these drafts go for me. Like, I think, you did a good job on your early picks. You took a great white card. You found a lane that was at least like open enough to get into a good color pair, but it wasn't that open. But there's no way for you to like switch out of it and get a better deck. It's just like you could have ended up with a deck that was like a 9, and instead you probably ended up with a deck that's like a 6.5. But I don't think it's really your fault.
Is there
Just
anything
kinda
you
the-
think I could have done better then?
Well, I mean, there's definitely some cards you're not going to like much. What did you not play? Like, I would have played the hammer. Maybe the landmark.
I regret having played with this.
Yeah, that one's bad, I think.
And I was being stubborn for some reason and didn't take it
You
out.
already have one landmark. I mean, I'd say the cards you have that aren't great, right, are that Self-Reflection, the 3/2 for 5 Blue Echo, so the 2 cards on the end. Then the Sage of Days, the Riddle I don't love, but it's not terrible.
Uh-huh.
The rest of the stuff's pretty reasonable. And I mean, it's not like you took those cards and I went straight. Like I said, like, yeah, I'd probably take something over the Riddle. But the Riddle's like the least like, I think by far your 3 cards that don't fit the best are those 3 blue ones, the Reflection, the Echo, and the Sage. And like, I don't even remember you picking them, right? So you took them like over nothing. It's just, you got into this deck. I think it was smart to get into this deck. I would have got into the same deck. And then just, it was open enough that you didn't have to move out of it, but not open enough that you were going to get a great, great, great deck.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think this deck is better than a 2 and 3 on average.
Okay. I click on details to look at the games, right? Is that how that works? Okay. Let's look at the ones I lost. Oh, what's my deck 2?
I doubt you could have changed too much.
Put this in.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst of the bunch.
I was trying to, like... Okay, so I guess I
You
put
didn't
in...
cut any of the 3 that I like, or that I didn't like the most, so I don't know what you cut. The Blast, it
Yeah,
looks
the
like.
blast.
Yeah, I mean, the Blast wasn't great. I would have probably rather cut that 6-mana blue card, but
Yeah, but okay. So my logic here. Let me know if this is like a good way of thinking it or not. And okay, there's this tangent to this too, where I thought, okay, I don't have a lot of like super good cards that will stick around effectively. Things usually get removed, like a creature and stuff,
Mhm.
So I thought I should like try to dig with Sage of Days, Confiding Riddle, the Araska, like this Pirate Hat, so I can like just somehow get to this as quick as possible. And that also brings me to that tangent of, I think it was like episode 9, where it took me 2 years to get to this point. I've only like recently actually solidified him. And then when I heard Lola say it, I was like so mad that no one told me this earlier, even though I've been streaming and playing for so long.
What is that?
That it's like there's a lot of like synergy stuff happening, and then people pick a bomb, and then they try to like build their deck around it. And Lola said there is no need to do that for the most part, because a bomb is already good within itself. It's usually already amazing. So then you just...
This is very true.
Yeah, and then if you try to build your deck around it with a bunch of like very mediocre, like bad cards to make your good card better, then you just have a crappy deck, and then your bomb never shows up, and then you just lose.
I don't think you did that here in any way, for what it's worth. Like the Smithy, it needs a little bit of help to be great, but the thing is, like the archetype that it goes in, it's just naturally going to have that help. So I mean, I think it's totally fine to draft cards that try to find your bomb. Like I think that's not really the kind of thing he was talking about. If you're worried about that,
oh
it's
no,
just like,
that's
sometimes,
not what I'm worried about.
I can't think of a great example right now, but it's just like sometimes I'll have this card or whatever that's a really good card, and then when I'm looking for my last few cards, people are always suggesting things that happen to work well with this card but are bad in general, and I'm always like, it's not, I tell them it's not my commander. I don't get to start with it every game. It's gonna die some of the time. Like if I have to play 3 things that are awful in my deck in order for this to be good, that's not the reason it's so good. It's so good just because it's good. I wish I could just have like an example ready for you, but that kind of thing comes up a lot. I definitely don't think you did anything like that here, though.
I used to.
That's fair.
I used to.
And I think it's a great idea to try to find your bombs, and that does make the Sage and the Riddle better than they normally would be in a deck like this. When you have cards, it does make them better. They're just kind of at a pretty poor rate. Like I like the Sage kind of only in blue-black. You at least do have this other Descend card and stuff, so I think you have a little bit of a package that works with it. But
not
enough. It's not perfect. It's better than what you have in your sideboard. So, Yeah,
and then Lola said, like, just get your bomb and then just draft the rest of your deck to be good by itself. And
as a general rule, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and I think it was only until like maybe like 3 months ago that I started like noticing that all these good cards that I'm like picking, even if I have like 3 of them that are bomby and I try to build around them, it just like doesn't work out, and I'm always like crying, where are my bombs? Where are my bombs? And then I just like realized there's a pattern going on that if I don't draw my bomb, then the rest of my deck just fails.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can see that. You can see that on some stats too. For certain cards like that, like when you draw them, especially like let's say there's like a 5-color card or something, so you really build your whole deck around it, like this 5-color saga or whatever, and you look at its stats are pretty good, but then if you look at like how your deck does when you don't draw that card, it's like a huge drop off,
Mm-hmm.
So if you build your whole deck around a certain thing and you have to get it has to kind of like survive and such.
Rev, it wasn't my mana curve, actually. I would check my curve, I would check my creature count and my spell count, and for some reason it still wasn't working out, so I just kind of scratched my head for like 2 years since I started playing Magic. And then only like recently did I figure it out finally, and then Lola in this fucking podcast that came out forever ago says it, and I just like wanted to like beat myself over the head for it.
Yeah, it's tough to balance between synergy and power. That's why I like that 3/2 Cloud Guard is just so good. He's just a good rate card, and he's bringing in a 1/1, and the 1/1's an artifact, and just you don't have to work for it, basically.
True. Okay, so let's get started. I'm on the draw, I think it said. Oh wait, no. What did I scribe for? I put the Kelly on top. Cool. And then, oh my god, I put the freaking land on the bottom, and then I regretted that forever.
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would have just kept them both. If you didn't have this 5 drop, I would have bottomed it. If the 5 drop was a 4 drop, I would have. It's close, I think.
So
I
you
don't
think
think you're crazy for putting it on the bottom. You have a pirate hat that can try to find you more lands too. But the pirate hat can also discard the lands if you happen to draw a few too many. So I definitely lean towards keeping the land.
so regardless of whether like of how many like 2 drops I have in my hand, if I have 1 5 drop or a 4 drop, I should have kept this, you think?
I don't know. I mean, you have more of those in your deck too. It's not like we have one top end card that we can, it's you can do it either way. I mean, the way you did it now, maybe we'll play the pirate hat and discard the 3/2 and try not to hit a lot of lands. There's a few ways to play it, but either way, I don't think it's crazy.
Okay, so when they put this out, I was sort of like, I didn't know. I guess like there's another thing you guys also talked about is to like get good judgment. And when I ask you these questions, is to like build judgment because I have poor judgment. Is that I didn't know if I should have tried to petrify the frog so they couldn't tap it no more, or should have petrified the 3/1 so that I could attack it and try to like get value out of Kellen.
I don't like that too much. I mean, we might just be asking a little too much out of our card. We played a 2 drop. If it trades with a 3 drop, the 3 drop drew him a land, which kind of sucks. But if we get to attack, trigger it once, trade with a 3 drop, like it's still kind of done its job. It really depends on what else you have to do with your mana. I think there's a case maybe to be made for just playing a 1/4, not even attacking, because maybe later we pirates had it or something. But I don't think I would. I don't think I would put it on the frog. I mean, the frog can't even get death touch this turn. If you put it on the frog, I mean, I think you'd still want to attack. This is okay. I just feel like this is going to get in maybe one hit, and then they're going to play another card that's just going to blank this 2/3 most of the time.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
And then we've used a petrify on a 3/1. And the rest of our hand kind of stinks.
I think Mac was talking when he was like playing one of the 64 thingies. He was like, "This is one of those hands that you keep and lose because it's a decent hand, but then like it's a good hand because you can cast all your spells, but then later, like afterwards, there's not anything impactful." And I feel that often.
Yeah, you also just had like, you drew some of your not great cards, like the landmark with nothing to do with it. The 1/4 that kind of unimpactful, the 3/2. So there was that as well.
Yeah, that's
I mean that goes fine for you, really. Like it's worse if they just play like a 3/4 or something. Then you just feel like ugh. But the fact they had a removal, I mean, it's not that.
Because at least they didn't add to the board. I would be way more behind. You think you're saying okay? Froggo attack. Beep bop bag.
Like an odd way to look at what I'm thinking is essentially we trade because it's disaster that we've petrified this 3/1 in a way when we have a 1/4 and a 1/2 and a tote. Like we have so many ways to block it, right?
Yeah.
But really, we didn't necessarily trade the petrify for the 3/1. We really traded the petrify for that removal spell they cast on our creature. Because they never would have done that if we didn't petrify the 3/1. So like it looks really bad right here. Like we can just make 2 1/1s or whatever, but it really that would have been a good trade on the 3/1, but they would at least still have the removal. So I don't think it's as bad as it necessarily looks. Because there's no way that would have been their turn.
Okay. Let me timestamp that. No land. That shitty card. I should have played a creature maybe instead. I think I was trying to I was desperate for land.
I think I like this. None of your creatures are doing much. This can start get you looting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then I could
discard that 6-mana thing is basically free. No, I like this turn. Yeah, I mean, you can't really prepare for this in any way.
I think this card is so shitty.
It's one of those cards. It's not that bad, but it's never optimal, I don't think. And on a frog, I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to. I would still attack. Ran right in there.
Yeah, whenever I get caught by that, I feel really insulted. And then I did this, and then it was over.
Yeah.
But I guess we're looking at this so you can essentially give me your commentary and what would have been the better thing to do, even if the situation was non-salvageable.
I mean, if we want to use hindsight a little bit, keeping the land definitely. Probably just attacking with Kellen and letting it trade.
Okay.
Then developing our board a little bit more, probably getting a pirate. And we're still going to lose a creature to this frog. We probably get to loot away this one thing, so we're a card deeper. And we might be able to have a 1/4 out already because we have an extra land. But, I mean, they're still going to get to cast this 5/5. And, we might have our removal. They would still have theirs if we did. I don't think it's ever going to look too good, but it probably could have looked a little bit better with a little bit of hindsight. I wasn't I didn't think your plays were too bad at all anyways. I lean towards keeping the land, and I lean towards not petrifying that thing. Like I said, I don't think it's disaster because it got their removal out of your hand at least.
Do you think I should have attacked to loot for more or no at this point?
Just to loot?
Yeah.
No. So
into a 3 and a 5.
No.
That's a bad idea. Okay. What is this?
I like putting the counter on the other creature though.
Because I wanted to be able to trade with that one at least, and not and this one, and not just chump.
I mean, you can't really. They've got this equipment they can move around. If they don't move the equipment around, I'd rather block with a 2/3 and a 2/2 than 1/3/3.
Oh.
Because they can only kill one of them. Also, if they attack with just the 5/5, you could put the pirate's hat on the other creature, and it's a 3/4 if it has a counter.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, I don't think it's gonna if the game was closer, it could matter more.
Oh my god, no, I think it mattered. Because I'm at that point with my skill level where it starts to come down to very, very minute things that will later impact the rest of the game.
I mean, I think it's definitely better to put the counter on the other creature.
Okay, so it's generally better to have 2 creatures with divided power. I guess, yeah, that's true.
You're gonna be in bad shape if he moves the equipment, attacks 2 5/5s either way. If they don't do that, if they just, you know what I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes it's putting it on that one. That's weird.
And then I was fucked for the rest of the game because I couldn't do anything about a 7/7.
Yeah, no, you weren't. And I mean, you weren't going to be able to no matter where your counters were.
Did you sneeze?
I sniffled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think your counter placement it cost you this one. You're in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, roaming with we out here learning. I'm here learning that I'm bad at counter placement, which very much justified commentary. With some hindsight, I'm just oh my god, it's such a big duh.
just looked at the cards you drew and looked at the cards they drew and thought you both played remotely competently, I find it hard to believe you're ever supposed to win this game. It just seems. I mean, there were a few things you might could have done a little bit better, but I think you're ever supposed to have won this.
Would it have mattered if I blocked with my 1/1 flyer versus this guy? Probably better to just keep this one because its butt is bigger.
I don't think it matters. They're at 17. And the frog can block a flyer anyway. It's not like we're not killing them and chump blocking to victory here.
That's true. Okay, attacky. Attacky, I took 7. And then it was just very...
Okay. I mean, most of my brain would be telling me don't expend any energy on this game, as you're nowhere ever gonna win it. But if you're ever gonna win it, it's gonna involve like flipping that landmark, like killing him over like 2 or 3 turns while we barely stay alive. But it seems like really, really hard to imagine that happening.
Well, I'm just going to keep going, and you can tell me if there's anything that's worth commenting on.
That's fine, yeah. I mean, the fact that they're only attacking with 1 creature gives me, like, the tiniest bit of hope.
I also have hope, Ham. I also have hope. Oh yeah, then I did this really asshole thing. Because I thought I could loot for something better by attacking with my flyer.
Does it even fly?
Yeah, because I descended enough.
Okay. Do we have anything to craft with in the graveyard?
Where's my graveyard? How do I look at that?
It's down there. Yeah, that thing. Okay, you do.
And then before even blocks, they gave a death touch just to like flex on me, I think. Yeah. And then I just like re-equipped it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way to have had much of a chance is to flip that landmark this turn. I think just flip the landmark and then tap the 9/9 on their turn was the play.
Okay.
You're still gonna have, and then you're gonna have to draw. Then they're gonna have to like not do much, play too cautiously. Then you're gonna have to draw something else. Most of the things you have are enchantments that they can kill with the 3/4 anyways. It seems like a real tough ask to win here. They could also just kill the landmark with the 3/4 once you flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they're attacking with both, or what I would just. Seems like you should have tapped the 9/9. Like that.
Oh, I did a dumb thing and used this ability instead after blocks.
For 0?
Yeah.
Didn't use any abilities.
Oh, I didn't use it. I just blocked. I thought about using the ability, and then I realized I didn't have enough mana because I don't know how to count.
This game was over a while ago, honestly.
No, yeah, it was. Oh, like a petrify. And then they like moved the equipment around.
Yeah.
I should not have tapped the frog. I should have tapped this thing because
First of all, you should have tapped nothing on your turn because it has flash and it's going to stay tapped for less time.
Oh, I wanted to attack it.
Frog seems like an odd one to tap.
Oh, because I wanted to be able to
wait
attack.
till their turn. Oh, you want to do attack? Yeah,
so I could loot.
Right. You had a reason. How much are you taking, though?
Oh, I died. That's how much I took.
I mean, you're not dead on the board. Oh, yeah, you are. They just moved the equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so things to note here is counter placement. Badge. And then more losing games with deck 3. What did I change? Oh, I took out the self-reflection. And then I put in this
Not
thing.
identified. Okay, yeah. I like it more than what you had. I mean, it's a creature. I don't usually play it, but it's fine.
Turn. I got to go. Cool, cool. Oh, instead of playing a 3-drop, could I have... No, I guess I shouldn't use this.
You could have, and I was worried you were gonna. But no.
Okay. Well, glad I didn't do that. Oh, why didn't I attack with this?
No idea.
Maybe I just
flies,
like...
we can't even use its mana. You're gonna do it. Why didn't you attack with the 3/3?
I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, this is unacceptable.
Oh, I thought they had that stupid little 1-drop robot that gives minus...
No.
That's what it was.
I'm not playing around. You even have the brackish blunder if they have it. You have just attack.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I guess if it's been pausing the whole time or something and you noticed it, you can do that. Actually, come to think of it, yeah, this was well, no, because then you miss your attack for one. I was gonna say you could have tried to do the map on the 3/3 with the siren, but then you don't even get to attack with the 1/2 if you hit a land. So maybe that's not worthwhile. But I would definitely crack that map. I don't even have a huge preference where you put it as long as we spend our mana that turn. I would have had to have some sort of arena tell to make that no attack, that's for sure.
I think I just took it.
Take this for sure, yep. If they had left their 5/4 back, I think you have to petrify it and attack. But since they didn't, I would just attack like you're doing, and then I'd just play the 3/2 flyer. Because I mean, if they did have the
they had.
Okay. I'm just gonna let it get me a little bit, I guess. I don't think we're supposed to. I don't know. It's close. You could definitely change your play here.
I think I bounced it.
Yeah, you can do that. It still spends 4 mana. I think it's fine. And then you would definitely want to petrify. Yep.
Did I block? No. Oh, then they bounce my Kellen.
This still looks quite good for you. I'm sure there's cards that change things they can play, but it looks pretty good.
Why did I attack with that?
You should be attacking with everything. You did.
Oh yeah, I was petrified. Okay.
Yeah, and then you're gonna play a 3/2. I mean, the game looks good to me, but I'm sure I'll see what they play here soon. We have a lot of stuff.
Oh, they
wiped my... gracious. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either. And then from there on, I couldn't make it back.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you losing from this spot now. I mean, it's still winnable, but that's a heck of a card of the blue-white deck.
Yeah, and I think they started putting out like the cloud guards or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I would play the flyer here. What you did.
Yeah, flyer, flyer. Okay,
Well,
okay, okay.
I like this, and then I'd play both the creatures. It's nice that the 3/3 can make it so the other 3/3 can attack.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Now it's not great. Don't really have. I mean, you can probably have to send. I don't know.
Yeah,
This
right?
probably have to just send everything or nothing. I think, or maybe like everything but the 3/3 on the left. I don't know. 'Cause this just lets them go ahead and do this with their one free mana and everything.
I forgot they had that in their hand because I
But
think
I
I
mean,
saw
it's
it.
not going to be good. Like they're going to do that if you send more, and then they have a 1/2 to block your 1/1. No, I don't think it gets any better, really.
Okay.
You're probably just not supposed to attack there, but like, you know,
Yeah, probably not.
it's going to get you one way or the other. But that made it a little convenient for them.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, bait that out, and I'm not sure it was right anymore.
Well, a way to look at that is like it didn't really free up any attacks in the future turns. Like if we got to do that, and then we're going to get to attack with everything the next turn, that's a good reason to do it. But
Took it. Oh,
okay,
that's how I lost.
yeah. Well, you lost to that -2/-2 that came out of nowhere.
Frickin' board wipe.
This thing having lifelink is obviously a plus.
Yeah.
You are also losing to that.
And they brought back more stuff. Try to look for something, didn't work out.
I think you played pretty well.
Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah. Then I couldn't make any more 5/5. 1/1s, I mean.
Yeah.
And then it was just done.
Once that Bat Lord hits you one time and they gain some life and everything, it's pretty bad.
Okay, so that's how that went, I guess. Cool. I don't feel so bad about that one now that I look back at that. Okay. What else did I want to look at? My data thing. What else? I don't remember anything in particular in this one that I cared about that I lost. Yeah, let me look through this really quick. Oh yeah. Okay. Question. So, do you think I should have traded with that
I
if
do.
they blocked?
I wasn't gonna just like stop you and everything, but yeah, it seems like you should attack. You don't have a fight spell in your hand. Maybe they have one. It just seems like they might value it a little bit more than you. I
I
think there's
okay.
no reason not to send both.
Oh, okay.
If you're happy if they block or if they don't. I also don't think it's a huge deal.
Should I have traded then?
I think I would.
Okay.
It works out fine for you when they play that 4/3 and hit a land, though. now this is bad.
What?
Well, now you're like sending your 3/3 in when they can block with their 3/2. And your 3/3 was good enough to trade with their 4/3. And you have a 2/2 that was able to trade with their 3/2, and now your 2/2 is just doing fucking nothing.
Okay.
So you've kind of traded your 3/3 away for a worse creature and made your 2/2 useless. This attack was real bad.
Okay.
The other stuff was all fine. This is not fine. Basically, just because they get to, you're trading with the 3/2 and you could prevent 4 damage with it. They didn't even want to attack with their 3/2 into your 2/2 the last time. So, yeah, this is not good.
Regrets.
They play that thing that puts counters on the stuff. It wasn't going to be great for you anyway. But
Oh yeah, this was just full of awkward decisions for me afterwards. Because I think I like bounced this at one point because I was trying to like avoid more damage or something, and I was just gonna gain them doing more life.
I mean, so far, besides that one combat, I mean, I've agreed with everything you've done. Whatever they fight with, you're gonna bounce here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to. Now you need to block that 4/4 with your 4/2.
No!
Well, this is a play. Actually, I mean, if you can find 1 damage, this is a better play. So I don't know what's in your deck. If you've got a lot of map tokens or whatever, this might be better.
Yeah, this was
I feel like it's likely not better. Unless you have quite a few things. Because, like, even just a land is, like, pretty good at stabilizing you. If you just make a trade here. And then they play a 1-drop, which ruins everything. Well, that could have done it if they didn't have a 1-drop. You probably would have killed them. So,
Yeah.
if you had a couple of things like that in your deck, I can respect that decision.
Yeah, the deck is like an explore type of thing going on. I don't necessarily.
You only needed to find 1 damage. I mean, I'm not putting them on another play that turn, really. So, like, if that was where your mind was at, that you just needed to find 1 more damage, I think that that's totally fine. I don't agree with putting the counter on this thing at all, though.
Do you have any heuristics for where I should place my counters?
Well, I mean, it didn't really make any difference if that was a 5/3 or a 4/2.
So if I place a
It
counter,
trades with all the same stuff.
oh yeah, let's fuck from here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's something to note is to place my counters, and I guess it's like place my counters where it would make a difference.
I mean, that game is. If we hadn't made that 1 attack, we would have taken slightly less damage, been in a slightly better spot, and then if we made that trade instead of chumping, and then we just like cast, I mean, it might have been winnable. Their hand would have had to be like not very good. We probably would have gotten screwed by that, whatever this 4-mana artifact thing is that they play. Like they could have done different things with that and probably blown us up anyway. But a few things here and there in that game could have made it a little closer. I don't know exactly what the board would have looked like had we not attacked into the 3/2 that one turn. But it might have looked better you might have had it might have been more incentivized to make a trade.
Okay. Well, that's that for that. And are we ready for a draft?
Always.
Let's go! Do you know what's up with Lola by chance? Did he die?
Definitely not dead. He did a podcast like 2 days ago. Has he not been streaming much at all? Like I sleep when he streams anyways, so I don't notice like when he goes on long hiatuses. I mean, he had his life when,
Yeah.
it's all kind of public, I guess. Basically, he went on this vacation. Okay, I don't know what happened on the vacation or whatever, but he went on a vacation that was going to be like 2 weeks long. So there's going to be a break for that. Then he got back from his vacation, and he said there was something going on with his girlfriend's family or something. Like maybe somebody was sick or something, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like real busy with that, he told me. And then so I didn't like pressure him much about anything, and I'd say that was at least a couple of weeks. And then maybe even like a month. But I think there was more to it that he didn't tell me that had happened too, because then when he came back, he was like, "Oh, we broke up." So I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. So I think like there was a vacation, then something happened family related, then there was a breakup. Then he tried to come back and like he's slowly doing it, or like I'm not exactly sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, because
Like,
he started streaming
I don't know if
again.
he's doing a lot of coaching or if he's just like kind of chilling or what.
Yeah, because like he started streaming again, and then like I went on his stream, and then like his apartment was like cleaned out in the background.
Yeah, he said she basically took everything.
And it was just like, oh, okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I know he's playing plenty of like he made day 2 of the Arena Open, not this last one, but one of them, like in the recent past,
Oh,
and then just didn't play it. Like didn't find the time to play it. So I mean, stuff must be going on if you're just like not finding time to play day 2 of an Arena Open you qualify for.
yeah.
So I don't know exactly, but
Oh, he streamed yesterday, I guess. Because I'm thinking like, well, maybe after the coaching sessions I have with you, he would be like the next best person.
yeah, I think it would be good.
Okay.
I think. I mean, I have obviously never had a session, but I think he does a lot more coaching than me. That's for sure.
Mm.
And I've asked. We've shared some. Like I've asked him some questions about what he does and stuff. Like we kind of approach it similarly. I think, at least.
It sounds like it from the podcasts. There's like some like differences, but not really all that much. And it was just like more situational than anything. Like you had a little bit of a preference towards something else, but ooh, gold.
You're not sharing a screen or anything with me.
Oh shoot.
I don't know what you just said. That's why I mentioned it.
Oh yeah, I bought this strap of gold with 10,000 gold.
Okay. Got it.
Ready, Freddy. Oh shit, I need to take my meds. Okay. Ooh, shit! Boat!
Really good card, really good color. I would take it and kind of hang on for dear life.
Maybe we'll get to do pirates.
Ooh.
Ooh, maybe we'll do pirates. We get to go red-blue.
Yeah, I mean, stats-wise, that glyph is the best non-rare by quite a bit. It's really good. So I would definitely take it. I mean, you have 2 monster cards. I would just be trying to play both of them. I'd be going out of my way. You still get to take the best card in the pack and stay in these 2 colors. So this is just great.
Yeah, this is a great start. Hi, Metal Mario. Hi, Lord Sephiroth. Hi, everybody. Everyone's rolling in right now. Ooh, a braid.
I swear I might take Oaken Siren. It's
Really?
so good to put the glyph on and it casts the ship early, but I'm totally fine with the braid. I might not end up doing it. I think it's close. I guess I'd probably just take the braid though.
Yeah, I feel like I might see another oak, but I might not see another braid.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play a bunch of either of them, but yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna regret not taking this fucking oak and siren, I bet.
Just great for your.
Can I ask you a personal question? Pam! Oh, is he gone?
Hello?
Hello? Hmm.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now. Oh, and you're gone again.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you a question about your dogs.
You can ask. I like the dinosaur if you want me to just shout out what I like. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to tell me.
Oh,
I think it's close with this 3-5.
Wait, what 3-5?
Red one?
You like this card?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like it.
Let's
I'd probably
see.
take the dino just because it's a little cheaper here. We already have a 5-mana card.
Why are your dogs so crazy?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, Lord Sephiroth donated to you, Ham. On your stream, on your Twitch, I assume.
I'm not on my Twitch.
No, they can still donate to you even if you're not live. I would pick this guy because it would be okay with the Soetic Glyph maybe later, but there could be better cards for that.
I would also pick that. It's just really good.
How do you feel about the bounce spells, by the way?
Like them?
Huh?
I like them.
Okay.
I want to have, one or two ways to deal with anything, so those are usually... If you're blue-white, I mean, you can play Petrify. But if you're red-blue, you tend to want to have a bounce spell or two, I think.
Because your dogs are so crazy, you don't want them, like, hanging out with you while you stream, so I'm, like, wondering, like, why are they so chaotic?
Dogs are not crazy right now, really, because my wife's home and they're laying around with her.
Oh.
And if it's the afternoon and she's at work and I'm sleeping, they're laying around with me. But let's say instead of me wallowing in the bed at 3 p.m, I get up to like stream something. Well, they're gonna get up and they don't like they like to lay in bed with me, but they don't like to just sit in here in this room. So they're gonna go and they're gonna go to the living room and they're gonna look out the window, and then anytime anything walks by or moves, they're gonna bark at it. So that's basically what they're doing, is they're just barking at stuff.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh, another one of these. I'm assuming I'm gonna have more pirates, so maybe this pirate hat.
It's a pirate hat, yep.
I feel like anything that takes 2 to equip is just leagues behind the rest of the equipment because everything else takes 1.
It is rough. The current configuration, I'd definitely prefer not to play the pirate hat, but that could change. And if it's if it's in the deck, it's not the worst thing in the world. All of our other cards are real strong.
Hey, Callow, thank you for the follow. Ooh, another one? Is 3 too many, or is 3 good?
3 may be approaching too many. Most people would probably say it's not, but I don't really like the cave here.
Okay.
And I don't really want a second pirate hat, so I would just take a third one. I think at the moment 3 is too many because, like, we just have a 2-1 and a 2-2 flyer. Like, if we end up with, they're better when you have like the 3-2 that brings in a treasure because like everybody blocks out with a 2-2, then you get to play the rest. So it kind of depends like how aggressively statted your creatures are and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's just going to kind of naturally. We'll see how it goes.
4?
I mean, you're not going to play anything else, but yeah, to plug the podcast, we talk about the wrestler a lot. This coming up, it's out now, but unedited.
I'll grab this because we're not gonna play 4 of
It'll be
those.
out tomorrow, I think. We discuss the wrestler a lot. We both like it. One thing about it, it with all the equipment and map tokens running around, like you can often make your creature a size that like the wrestler gets them pretty good. That's one part of why it's so good, I think.
Whoa! It's Abuelito!
It's a good card.
It's better. It's better than ship.
What's that?
Better than ship.
It's not. No, we're not. I mean, like you don't take this and think you're going blue-white instead. I mean, you'd be taking it over a ship and a braid, a dynamoton, and a torch because we don't get the torch. I mean, I may still just take the torch. If you like this thing, if you haven't played it, if you want to take it, I think it's fine. And we've got a compass gnome, and we'll try to put it in our deck.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the right pick there is the torch. But
wait, another glyph or the scout?
Yes, no, glyph.
Glyph. Torch is your pick too?
I think torch is the better pick, but
maybe this one?
I feel strongly about this pick. So what is this one?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
It is definitely that one. That's a real good one with the wrestlers too, because everybody likes to block that because you just get to loot every time it attacks.
People hate that.
You usually block, and then you just get to wrestle. It's great.
How do you feel about this?
I would take it. I don't know. It's a fine card. I don't know exactly how to feel about it. It's not great when you're on the draw sometimes, but a lot of cards aren't. I mean, I think you'll end up playing it most of the time.
Torch?
Yeah, I think it's Torch. I do like the 3/3.
Yeah.
2, but I think it's Torch.
I was kind of getting worried about my creature count, but I guess we're at 9. That's not too bad. And when beginning with
3 are wrestlers, but no, I would take Torch.
Yeah, this or the monkey. Probably the monkey.
I tend to. I mean, this is probably going to sound weird to most people. I tend to take the creature here. I think, like, I don't know. I do like the red trick, but we've got a lot of stuff already. Like, we've got some equipment. We've got these wrestlers. It's just going to be a lot of that sort of effect, and you have to be attacking for it to ever do anything. I would just take the one drop creature.
I
actually think I'd probably take another compass gnome if we're going to actually play this abuelo.
Abuelo's good for things like ETB. Do I have anything else actually good at ETB? Target creature artifact. Oh, heck! That'd be messed up.
There's a million things to do with it. I mean, it's fine. Like, otherwise we would have taken, I forget what it was. There was something else in the pack that was good. Oh, another torch as well. I think I like the 1/2 here. Yeah, I like the 1/2. Okay, nice.
How do you feel about Hotfoot Gnome?
Don't like it.
Why?
1/2. I think if you're green red, it might be okay. If you have like big things to keep hasting out later, it's a 3/1, and
I'm
it
kind of
doesn't
leaning
even
towards
feel
2/3 because in our deck it'll most of the time be a 4/4 we attack. It's just that a 1/2 I feel like it's often like small volley.
I'd much rather have the 1 drop there.
Can I ask why?
So it just.
It's just so I know how to pick in the future.
I know I don't. I'm. This is why I'm a bad coach, is because I don't know how to articulate it. Like, I just don't think that 3 drop is that good. I mean, it blocks like shit for one. So if you're ever like on the back foot and like if you're on the draw and that's your turn 3 play, you don't win very much. I don't think.
Okay.
And just a 2/2 for 1 seems better to me.
Okay.
This format is just so fast.
I thought it was more swingy than it is fast.
I like the 3/3 here. I would really not want to play that Altasaur in this deck. All your other cards don't bother me.
Oh, this format cares about getting on board as soon as possible. Okay. I've seen this once.
Yeah, I don't have much. I mean, it's not for us.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't think it's that insane. I mean, it's a 4/4 flyer for 4. It's obviously fine, but I don't think it's that insane, anyways.
I'm thinking this Nautilus.
I think that's the pick. I mean,
there's also.
I don't love that. I thought I was gonna love that shock card, but I don't. And then I like the Lattice. You have a Dino or whatever, but yeah, I just like the one best here.
This would make a very good like glove maybe because you could make it stronger and let's see -3.
Here's a good spot. I mean, it sucks to take it second, I guess, but we're not. It's over nothing, so this is a good spot to pick up that bounce spell. Like, we're happy to have that.
Ooh! Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man, we're just gonna. Well, I feel like because our curve is low, that we may get on the battlefield like fairly quick. But a lot of these are more like you use this to respond to things, not necessarily to like
to play all 3. We could cut one of them for sure, as well.
Well, we'll think about cutting them after we.
Yeah. This deck has plenty of cheap things. That rare is so good. It's not for us. So even if we play white, I don't think we splash it.
Well, what do you want to take this thing or this thing?
I don't think you're going to play any of these cards, but I would probably take the artifact in the bottom right. Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, you could pick either one of these. I was leaning the flyer at first. I didn't even see the needle. They're both really good. I mean, I tend to just take the scout, but
I think I'll grab the needle.
I'm fine either way. We don't have a lot of interact. They're both great.
I could make this into a braided net.
You can also bounce it with Abuelo if that's getting played and tap stuff, lots of stuff.
This?
Yeah, I can get down with that. I really do like that 3/3 pirate, but
oh, it's also artifact, not just pirate.
Well, the land is nice. I mean, if you're definitely gonna play that flyer, you probably should take the land. Honestly, it's pretty nice anyways to just put counters on your other flyers later in the game.
No,
don't
wait,
take
this
that.
one?
I would take that one. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna end up playing it, but that blue card is like the worst one of any of the blue and red cards in the pack.
I forgot we were playing red for a second.
Definitely are.
Because all these blue cards have just been so good. Oh! The heck? Oh, this 5-drop? Is that what you're talking about, Callow?
5-drop, I don't think you're gonna play it in this deck because this deck's so damn good. But I like that 5. I don't know. I guess I thought everybody liked that 5. Apparently they don't.
I'm not gonna play either, but.
And I see 3 cards here that I think could get cut. And that's about it. This deck's real good. The other one might be harder to find. And I don't think the other one's bad either.
Hmm. Ooh.
I don't think you'd play 2 of those. I don't think. I mean, you could, but just I'd be playing that guy, I think.
Okay.
I'd be hard pressed not to find room for that 3/3. I like it better than Dino, if nothing else.
Really?
I think so. Maybe that's wrong.
What about the utility of this is better than Dino?
I'll just tap something and gets in a full hit. I don't know. Maybe it's not. They're kind of similar. I guess we have all the Tome Raiders. Maybe we'll need the artifact. I'm less convinced on it, but I tend to like the pirate in these kind of decks. I mean, the card I think is Pirate Hat might can go. I mean, I don't think it's terrible to play it. It's pretty nice on exactly the Raiders, but otherwise it's not like that great. Definitely a 1 planes deck. Like, I mean, look, even the 3rd wrestler, I wouldn't normally be cutting from decks. The 2nd bounce is fine. The hat is fine. Even that +2/+0 combat trick up there is fine. The Dino is nice. The Favor is nice. You have a lot of cards that, you know, would be totally fine to play here. I just think that, I mean, the Waylaying Pirate, I guess, is your weakest card. If you want to play the Dino over it, it's fine.
I kind of do because it buffs this.
That's fine. I'm fine with it. I like both the cards. Both of them are my boys.
Yeah, but then if I get a counter out, another artifact out, I can put it on this because it's like on another pirate. Huh.
Yeah, there's advantages to both cards for sure.
Yeah, Sid Phoenix, I was wondering about that too. If we want like more mountains because we have these.
Yeah, we probably would rather have 8/7. I mean, the deck would honestly have been and with a little bit of hindsight, even would have been way better if we just didn't take the white card. Then we wouldn't have played these gnomes. We could play cards that are slightly better than the gnomes.
Ooh, can we take out one gnome and then just keep one and then this thing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I mean, you could, but you kind of need to play them.
Okay.
I mean, if we took it out, what would we take? We
could put in another bounce spell.
Nah. I'd want, like, you don't have that many 2-drops anyways.
Oh, that's true.
So we probably would have taken like a different 2-drop over it or something at some point in the draft.
It's beautiful.
And also, like, you could also, another good reason to put in the extra mountain. I don't think we need to put any more extra mountains in Instead Islands, but you don't care that much about playing the wrestler on turn 1. So if you draw in with 2 mountains and a gnome, you can keep because you can get a blue with the gnome. But if you drew 2 islands and a gnome, you probably couldn't keep if it had, a raider and torch and stuff in it.
Oh.
A lot of your 2 island gnome hands would look real poor, I think.
Let me stamp that. Because that's something I haven't thought about before.
Yeah, just I don't know if it's enough to go 9-6. I don't think it is, but yeah, that's just another thing that pushes it in the favor of extra amount. I think.
Okay.
Another thing about this Abuelo, it's a great card. Don't get me wrong, but our deck, it ended up like super good, super focused, and super fast. And like the Abuelo wants to be a little bit like, you want to get value out of that thing. The game's going to go a few more turns after you play it, right? We're just trying to kick the snot out of them. So if the deck ended up a little less optimized, the Abuelo would be a lot better. But it's so optimized that.
Okay, so
I'd play it. No, I would play it now. You drafted it. You like it. It's not that big a deal. I'm fine playing.
Oh no, yeah. I'm just gonna do this to see what it looks like without it.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do I put in?
Well, the Dino would be in.
Yep. And then maybe this.
Probably that could be in. The Pirate's Hat's totally fine.
And I think like one more land.
Yeah, you'd play 17 land. You'd probably not play that cave.
No? Okay.
You could play it, but I don't think I would with all these 1-mana cards in the deck. I would. You could even play 16 land, maybe.
And then it's either with this or this. How many creatures?
Yeah, I don't mind the hat.
Yeah,
I don't mind the 3/5, even the wrestler. There's a lot of options. I'm fine if you play this Abuelo, though.
Hey, thanks for the tip. 333. Why 3s? Are 3s good luck number in your culture? Heckity heck yeah.
We took it over a torch, and I don't even care about a third torch. But then we took that land over something. I think it might have been one of those 3/3s or something, that if we would want that 3/3 if we weren't playing the 2/1s.